Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This video is a sit down YouTube video. We're doing another one of these. This video, even though it is a Q&A, it is not a podcast. I did want to make this Q&A exclusive for the YouTube viewers because I feel like I've kind of been falling behind on YouTube a little bit. Hard for me to just like balance life, especially because we did relaunch Rella, and so that has been taking up so much of my time. So you guys have been seeing weekly podcast episodes on here, and I'm trying to post 2 to 4 additional YouTube videos a month besides my podcast. So I didn't want to make this one a podcast episode because I want to give the YouTube audience, you know, something just for them. Not everything has to be a podcast. I hope you guys like it, but let me know what you guys think about uploading my podcast on here, and if you guys have been liking my podcast episodes. I've been loving doing the podcast, and I know that it's like way more casual in terms of YouTube videos. I want to get back more into vlogs, but I've been doing a lot of short form content too. So I've been posting a lot of like running content, kind of like little mini vlogs on Reels and on TikTok. So if you guys like that, just let me know. There's been a little bit of a shift. I'm traveling to Europe in 2 weeks. In less than 2 weeks, I will be in London, and I'm doing a solo trip to London. Then I'm going to Italy because my friend is getting married, and I'll be there for a week, and then I'm spending a week in the south of France. We're staying in Nice, and we're going to a bunch of different little cities, and I'm going with my friend Julie. So I have 1 week alone, 1 week with a wedding party, and then another week with my friend Julie, and each one of those weeks will be a separate vlog. So I'm very excited for that. So travel content is coming. I feel like people are coming back from Europe now. Like usually September, it's not as busy of a season, so that's why I'm really excited to be going then. Also, just give me any tips for like solo trip in London, what to do in the south of France. Like Italy, I'm not really going to be on my own timeline, but London and France I will be, so send me some tips. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions, and I kind of centered it around a specific theme because I got a lot of questions about this. So it's going to be around like motivation, productivity, confidence, and just like along those lines. I am going to go through and answer a few of these questions. It's very casual. I just showered. I have like wet hair still. My hair is drying. I have my coffee here, and we're just gonna get into it. Before I hop into the questions though, I did want to thank today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. And if you've been watching my channel, you obviously know what Squarespace is, but it is the best way to build a website. And speaking about Rella's relaunch, we just relaunched our entire platform, which includes the website, and you better believe we made our website on Squarespace. Shameless plug to check it out because it looks so different from our original website. In my opinion, it looks a million times better and so professional. And this just goes to show that you can make anything on Squarespace. It does not matter what business you have. It doesn't matter what website you want to create. You need a website, and do it on Squarespace because it's really easy. Not only did we build this entire new platform, like an entirely new application in 8 weeks, but the website was built in like 1 week. Like Natasha, who does our website, she's not a developer, she just does her magic, and Squarespace makes it so easy, and it's super customizable. So definitely be sure to check it out. Let us know what you think so you can find your domain, find the right template, customize it. There's analytics, there's customer support, there's marketing, there's literally everything on it. So it's kind of like the one-stop shop for your business, and you can get 10% off using my coupon code Natalie Barbu. Be sure to use that coupon code or click on the link below. It's going to be squarespace.com/Natalie Barbu, and you'll get that discount. So anyways, let's get back into the Q&A. First question is, what is it like being the only girl in a group of male founders? I have 2 male co-founders, and I honestly have never felt any like disadvantage of being the only girl in this group of guys. I think number one, it's because the guys that I chose to be my co-founders are amazing guys. So they respect me, they don't look down on me, they're not like, oh, you're a woman, so like I don't think that your opinions are valid. Like that's not at all how I've ever felt. And so if you are looking to start a company and you are looking for co-founders, it doesn't matter if they are men or women. Make sure that they respect you, and make sure that you have the lanes that you stay in and like your respective strengths. For example, if I went in and I started telling Nick and Connor how to run their code and how to write their code and the things that they should try, they probably would get upset at me. And if I was going in and being like, oh my gosh, why did this like bug happen? You guys don't know what you're doing, whatever. If I was like condescending about what they are good at, which is being engineers, writing code, being the technical side of things, I'm sure that they would be upset with me. Vice versa, if they were to come in and say, this is a horrible idea, what are you doing with marketing? Why would you pitch the company this way to investors? Like, if they were to come in and kind of try to be condescending and take over what my strengths are and what I am in charge of, then I would get upset. So you have to make sure that when you're building a team, you're building for each other's respective strengths and you're not kind of like all doing the same exact thing, because I think that's when people can get condescending, that's when it can get disrespectful, and you just don't want that. I am spending more time with Nick and Connor than I am with anyone else in terms of like texting them, on phone calls with them, talking to them, in communication with them. So I need to make sure that they are really good people at the end of the day. Not just that we work well together, but that they're also like good human beings. And so I think no matter who you're choosing, make sure that that is like one of the number one things that you are doing. But I think at the bottom line, it comes down to respect. Unfortunately, there are a lot of men in the industry that just think that they're better than women and think that they know better and that they would never respect a woman's opinion over their own. And you don't want to work with those people. So avoid them at all costs. Because I don't have that relationship, like we have a really good relationship, I love working with my co-founders and I would never change the people that I'm working with, even if it was two girls, you know? Like I love working with the people, like with Nick and Connor. I think that's like one of the biggest things, making sure that you're working with people that actually respect you. And it's a fun dynamic, honestly. They're really funny. We laugh a lot, we joke around a lot. They've become like my best friends. So I personally really enjoy it. What is the hardest part about being a founder for you? So I'm trying not to make being a founder my entire identity. That's honestly been a really big struggle. That's something that's been hard, because I do think that being a founder, it can easily become your whole identity. And I mean, for me, like I don't even know who I am without saying that I am an entrepreneur, I'm a founder, I'm a content creator. So number one, that's high level a really hard thing. But like the hardest part in the day today is just having so much responsibility on you. I was talking with my friend about this, and like I have always been someone that's not had an issue with authority, but I never liked being told what to do. Like I was that kid that when my parents told me what to do, I would be like, why? Like, why do I have to do this? Because I said so was like not a good answer for me as a kid. I was probably so annoying, and I will get a taste of my own medicine when I have kids, I'm sure. But that was always something that I just like always questioned, and I was always someone that kind of questioned rules. Not that I was a rule breaker necessarily, but I always wanted to understand why, and if something like did not make sense, then I didn't really like want to follow it. You know, I wasn't a rebel, but I definitely questioned things. And so being a founder is like the best job in the world for that, because you are the person that gets to decide whatever you want. Like you are the person that gets to decide the why and like set the rules, and you're not listening to anyone else. That's the best part. The flip side of that is the fact that you have all this responsibility on you, and that like everything is your fault. Like if something does not work, it's your fault. If something, you know, goes wrong, like it is on you. And I'm not saying it's your fault in the sense that like you are the one to take blame for everything, but like the responsibility at the end of the day falls on your shoulders. Like the buck stops here, whatever that expression is. Like you are the person responsible for your company, and that is a lot of pressure. So I would say that that's been something that just like dealing with that pressure has been really difficult. And then also the fact that you have all this responsibility means that there's a million things that you need to do, and it's really hard to determine what takes priority, when should I focus on this, and like what do I need to focus on right now. Because so many times I have this running list of like this big to-do list, but I'm like, okay, but what do I need to do right now? And then a lot of times you can get paralyzed by that and just like not do anything. So figuring out how to like context switch and prioritize while still dealing with the pressure of all of the responsibility being on your shoulders is definitely, I think, the hardest part. It's a different experience for everyone, but that has definitely been the most challenging part for me. How did you motivate yourself to start running? I want to start, but I'm scared of running alone. I honestly think I like have not talked about it at all on this channel, and I never vlog about my runs except on Instagram and TikTok. So if you guys don't know, I'm a runner now. I have always hated running. It has been a form of torture for me. I always told myself I would never ever run. Like I just like never wanted to. It wasn't that I even like hated it. It was also that I was like just like, why would I do that? Like I just like don't like running. There's so many other workouts I would rather do. I just don't want to do it. For years I never ran. I am now back into my running grind for the first time pretty much ever, and I really like it. I remember sitting down with my friend Jen. We were in New York City. I was with Jen and my friend Hannah. They're both on YouTube. And Jen, who is training for a marathon right now and has ran a half marathon, was like, trust me, you're gonna get into running. You're gonna get into running and you're gonna like it. Lo and behold, here I am. I am training for a 10K, which is 6.2 miles. And after the 10K, I'm gonna train for a half marathon. I don't think I'll do a marathon, if I'm being honest, just because of the training. Like, I find the training to be pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie. Now that I'm starting to train with like longer runs, and my longer runs are like 5-6 miles, it's become a little exhausting. I'm not gonna lie. It depends on the week of the month. Like if I'm on my period, which I am right now, it is so hard for me to run, versus the week after my period, I'm like, woo, I can run as far and as fast as I can. But the way that I just started becoming motivated for running is because I started training for a goal. I didn't just like start running. I think find a race that you can actually train for, and I got all my friends to do it. We are doing the back to school bash, a random place in Florida. Like, it's so random, you guys, and it's not gonna be like a competitive race. We're gonna be with like kindergartners, I think. We'll probably be with like Girls on the Run. It's like a 5K and a 10K, and we have been training for like 8 weeks for this. But it's just so much fun. Like, we just found like a random race, and this was the one that we could all do, so we're like, okay, let's do it. So we signed up for this race. After this, we're gonna sign up for the half marathon. So like, as long as you have something that you're running for, I think it's fun. After the half marathon, I'm like, I don't know how much I can keep this up, because like, I don't want to just like run for the sake of running. Like, I want to run with a purpose. And so I feel like I just need to constantly be signing up for races in order to stay motivated. So I kind of understand why people then do marathons, because it's like such a long training process, and like you're at least running for a goal. We're using an app called Runna, and it's great because it creates the plan for you, and it allows you to put in like your desired time, alternates the pace based on like how much you're running. So like, as you continue the plan, it'll alternate like what your pace needs to be, and then it tells you in your ear like if you're on track with the right pace or not, which I personally really like, because that helps me know like, okay, how fast am I gonna finish this? And it just like puts the entire plan together for you, and it's custom to like what you're looking for. And you know, you can do as little or as much as you want. I decided on 3 times a week. I knew I was not going to run more than 3 times a week, so you know, it's super custom. And that's how I started. If you were to start another business, what would it be? So I actually started recently freelancing with some social media management, just because number one, I have Rella, and Rella is the tool for social media managers and agencies. Like, it is seriously so good. So me and my friend Julie actually started doing this together. We have like 1 client right now, and obviously like Rella is my priority, so I'm not going to be taking on a bunch of clients. We did this because like we knew the person, and we are fully confident that we're able to like really grow this person's social media. We're gonna start running their account, and we're using Rella, so it's like a great case study also for Rella, and it just makes me even more proud of what we've built, because it's such a good product. And I've managed other people's social media accounts in the past, so I like know what is out there, and it's trash. Excel spreadsheets or like project management tools that are not made for social media. So anyways, if you're a manager, definitely use Rella. It's so much better. But in terms of starting another business like completely from scratch, assuming I have no other obligations or like time commitments, I honestly don't know what it would be. I feel like I would love to start like a podcast studio or like something here in Miami, but honestly, I know myself, I don't want to be tied down to like a lease or anything like that. So I feel like I probably wouldn't start that, just because of my lifestyle. I need something that I can do remotely and like on the go. So I don't know, I'd probably do like something in social media, because that's truly what I love. It's like telling people stories. So I feel like I'd go full-fledged social media management. Like, I feel like I should say like a consumer product or like another app or the podcast studio, but like truthfully, I just know myself, I need something that I can do wherever. And I know that I'm good at that. So I feel like that's what I would do. How do you get people to be just as confident in your product as you are? Number one, it all goes back to like, you need to be confident in it. If you are not confident in your business, if you are not confident in what you're building, no one else would be, because you as the founder are not confident. Why would anyone else be confident in it? We are talking about Rella. It is truly the best product. Like, when I want to shout it on the rooftops. Like, I hope if you plan your social media, if you are a social media manager, you need to use this new version. Like, I will admit, old version, not that great. That's why we relaunched, because we were not confident in it. New version, new platform, You guys, it's so good. It's so good. So like you have to be confident in it, number one. And then I think when you like go into these meetings, like for example, the social media client that me and my friend just are starting to do, we had to pitch them. It didn't just like come handed to us. So with the pitch, like you have to be confident. Who's going to want to work with someone that's like, you know, like I think that we could make your social media grow, but I'm not sure. You know, it takes time, and like I don't know if we can do it, but like I hope we can. Give us a chance. No one is spending their money on you. If you come in and you're like, hey, this is my experience, I know that I can implement a great social media strategy because I've spent 13 years doing this, and I know that like what you have is a great product and we are the people to tell your story. Like this is why. Trust us. Whoa, I want to work with you. You have to be confident. So I think the biggest thing for getting other people to be confident starts with you, as cheesy as that sounds. And don't be afraid to brag on yourself, because sometimes I think like you might be confident, but you're like, but I don't want to say that. Like I don't want to say that I'm the best. I don't want to say that, you know, this product is the best, because isn't that going to come off as like kind of cocky? No, you have to brag on yourself. When people are searching for a service, for a product, for a business, they don't want the person that's like trying to be humble about it. They want the person that's like, this is the best product. You as a founder should be humble. Like I hope that I always come across as humble, getting like willing to take feedback, willing to implement the feedback, wanting to learn, wanting to grow, knowing that there's like so much more that we can improve on, but I'm also so confident in what we've already built. You see the difference? This video is getting a little long, so those are going to be the questions that I answered. Of course, if you have other random questions, like most of the questions were about business, motivation, productivity, so I kind of tried to loop them together. But if you have random questions just about life and everything like that, please let me know. Follow me on Instagram so you can make sure that you are aware when I'm uploading another one of these. Thank you so much for asking me questions. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thanks for sticking around. Bye guys.
Yeah.